Hey YouTube, Ann here, coming to you with another video. Forgive the bad light, it's obviously nighttime, and I'm making it late at night because I'm really busy, and time is short all the time. Such it is in this life. Quick open in prayer. Heavenly Father Jehovah, I give you glory and honor and praise because you are worthy. Thank you that even though my life is busy, you help and you'll make sure everything is done. Please give me your words, your wisdom to speak for your glory, not mine. In Jesus, Yeshua's name, amen. So, let me know if you like the video format the long way or that way. But I need a phone holder. I don't have to hold it. My arm is so tired. Anyway, plus I feel like I'm looking at the camera weird because the camera's in a different spot. Anyway, I'm rambling. This video, I don't even know what to title it. What should I title it, God? Maybe I'll title it God is smarter than the devil, but the devil is smarter than you. So obey God. Pretty much sums it up right there. I'll say it again. God is smarter than the devil, but the devil is smarter than you. So you need to obey God or else you're super screwed. I used to go to a church back when my theology was incorrect and the Lord brought me out of it. But I used to go to a church that was really, honestly, looking back, they were really blasphemous. But I didn't know the Bible well enough to see that they were taking the scriptures out of context. So I didn't catch on for a while. That's why I'm very big on read the Bible for yourself. Anyway, one of the things this church would say and this pastor would say would be they would make fun of the devil. Now, don't get me wrong, we're not to worship the devil or reverence him whatsoever. I think he is really foolish and evil for rebelling against God. Who thinks they can rebel against the creator of everything and win? I mean, like, literally there's not a worse plan on earth. But pride makes you do stupid things. And so does greed and lust for power and all the reasons Satan rebelled. So this church used to make fun of Satan or the devil or whatever, Lucifer, whatever you want to call him. They used to make fun of the devil, and they used to say, oh, he's so stupid, he's a stupid devil, and he's beneath us, and he's so stupid, you don't have to worry about him because all his plans are stupid. Things like that. So I had this mentality that, like, I didn't have to worry about Satan because he was stupid. In correcting my theology, God has corrected that, and I'm sharing that correction with you. The devil's smart, guys. And it's a clever plan of the devil to make people think he's stupid, because then you're not on guard against him. I keep looking at the camera and looking at my motion. Anyway, the devil is smarter than you and me. Now, no one is smarter than God, and God's obviously a gajillion times smarter than the devil. God is omnipotent, the devil is not. But Satan is at least 6,000 years old. At least. I believe in a 7,000-year earth. That's why God created the world in 7 days. It was a metaphor. A day with the Lord is like 1,000 years, and 1,000 years is like a day. Literally. It's a metaphor. So, that was a very ironic sentence. It is a metaphor and it is literal, funny enough. I don't think the earth is going to be around for more than 7,000 years. And the last 1,000 years are the millennial reign, where Jesus himself reigns from Jerusalem. So all the working gets done for 6 days, and the 7th day he's going to rest. Anyway, that makes the devil, Lucifer, at least 6,000 years old. And for all I know, a lot older, because I don't really know a lot. The Bible doesn't speak a lot, that I've read at least, about what happened before the earth was created. But for all we know, the devil is billions of years old, trillions of years old. He could have been serving God for millions of years before the earth was created. The devil, let's say, is at least 6,000 years old. How old are you? I'm 26 right now. Even if you're 100 years old and you're watching this video, that makes you like 10 seconds old compared to how old the devil is. That makes us humans, we're like brand newborn babies. And the devil is like an ancient of ancients. And he's been gathering wisdom on how to mess with humans for at least 6,000 years old. 6,000 years. We are literally as like defenseless as about outwitting the devil as a newborn baby is about outwitting a 6,000-year-old. We can't do it. He has spent the last 6,000 years studying humans and learning what makes them sin, learning how to trick them, learning how to deceive them. He knows you better than you know you. He knows your psychology better than the best psychologist on earth. He knows medicine and what hurts bodies and what helps bodies. That's why the pharmaceutical industry is so messed up. He knows medical stuff better than the best doctor on earth. Even the best doctor who's been in practice for 80 years is like a newborn baby in knowledge compared to how much knowledge Satan has. Satan can also see into the spirit world because he is a spirit. And he can transfer between the dimensions. Can you do that? I mean, sometimes when God helps us, little mortals, we can see into the spirit world some or sense it some, especially if the Lord has given you the gift of discerning of spirits like me, like he gave me. But I mean, I don't like see everything everywhere or sense everything everywhere. I mean, I would probably go crazy if I did, to be honest. It's probably God protecting me because like the demons and spirits I do feel and see, it's enough to practically drive me nuts. They're everywhere. I just had like a conversation with someone over dinner and it was insane. There were demons hovering over them like mosquitoes all around them. There's like dozens of them. And it was just like, ah, because they feel evil. Demons feel like evil and chaos and maliciousness is just unpleasant. And I was like, oh my goodness, Lord, protect me. And I don't even see it. Like, if we could see in the spirit world, you would see angels fighting above you and demons fighting above you and principalities, giant demons fighting and giant angels fighting like Michael. And you would see it on people. You would see how many gunky demons they're dealing with in their soul. You would see it on evil people. You wouldn't be able to watch TV. You couldn't watch the news because the demons you would see on the corrupt news would just drive you bonkers. I mean, they're everywhere. There's so many of them. And by the way, don't worry, there's more angels than there are demons. But, whew. And that's just my little 1% glimpse I get into the spirit world. The devil, you know, that's how false prophets work. The demons and the devils are older than you. They were around. You know, like those kids who say things like, in a former life, I was dead and I'm my dead grandma, and here's this picture of my husband in Vietnam, and like they know all these weird details. That kid is not reincarnated. That kid has a demon, and the demon is older than the kid, and the demon is telling them these things in their head. You know, that's how false prophets work. I know a false prophet who could accurately tell me secrets from my childhood that I had never told another human being. Except they were a false prophet because they used it to hurt me and not help me. The devil has a network of, I don't know how many demons, 1 billion, I don't know, all around the earth, and they communicate with each other in the spirit world, and there's no distance in the spirit world, so communication is instant. They can talk from across the other side of the globe, and if you study science, it's actually interesting. It's quite possible. Quarks, molecular like energy particle, can communicate instantaneously on other sides of the world. So the spirit world is tied with energy, and it's very interesting, and I'll do another video on it, but there's no distance in the spirit world. So Satan has a network of spies universally around the world feeding him information to mess with you. And he's been studying humans and you for thousands of years. And I don't know how smart he is. I don't know the IQ of angels. Probably pretty high, I would guess. The point is this. Satan is smart. Way smarter than you and I. I'm a newborn baby compared to a 6,000-year-old ancient of ancients. And I can't see everywhere. I don't have spies everywhere. The devil is way smarter than me. So this is what God said to me once. God said, you cannot outwit the devil. You're like a newborn baby and he's an ancient of ancients, and he's been studying how to trick humans for 6,000 years. You can't outwit him on your own. That's why you need to obey me, is what God said. You see, God is obviously way smarter than the devil, gajillion times smarter and more good. So God is brilliant, Satan is pretty smart, and we're over here like newborn babies who don't know anything. We can't outwit him, but God can outwit him. So God gives us instructions about how to outwit the devil. You know, I really wish I had listened to God earlier in my Christian walk, because he would have saved me a lot of pain. He really tried to save me a lot of pain. The weirdest orders. Because God knows the future. God knows what's coming. God is smart. For example, this one time, I was just like standing there washing my vegetables before I was going to cook them, and I was making broccoli that night. And I had like a ton of broccoli, like way more broccoli than I could eat. And I'm sitting there washing it, and God speaks to me and he says, go buy more broccoli. And I was like, Lord, I have like so much broccoli. I don't need more broccoli. And he was like, go buy more broccoli. And I was like, and I disobeyed him because I thought I knew better. How dare the newborn baby think they know better than the omnipotent, all-knowing, billion, trillion-year-old God? It's pretty foolish. So I ignored God, kept making broccoli. Unbeknownst to me, about 10 minutes later, a roommate walks in the door, and he and I had not been getting along. And dude was in a bad mood. Dude had demons on him, by the way. Of course, I had a few more back then because I was going to the bad church. And we had a huge fight. Huge fight. Mega blow up. And it caused a lot of strife and a lot of problems in the house. And it actually contributed to me later getting kicked out of the house. Oh, if only I had bought broccoli. If only I had obeyed God. You see, he sees things in the future that we don't see. He can navigate around Satan. We can't. If I had gone and bought broccoli, I would have navigated over Satan. Things like that. I know another guy, a pastor. He, similar thing happened. God was just like, go to the grocery store right now. And he was like, God, I don't need groceries. My kitchen is full. Everything is good. God's like, go to the grocery store right now. And this guy obeyed the Lord. He was like, yes, sir. He went to the grocery store, hung out there for like however long, 30 minutes. And then God said, okay, now you can go home. And he was like, okay. And he goes home. And he finds his house completely shot up. There was a drive-by shooting. It was actually a murder attempt on his life. House was completely, drive-by shooting, they spray it with machine gun bullets. Like, everything was, torn into shreds in his house. And if he had been there, he would have died. The only way we little mortal humans can outwit Satan is to obey God's outwitting. I can't outthink Satan. I wouldn't have thought to go to the grocery store for broccoli. I wouldn't have thought to go to the grocery store like that pastor did. I can't outwit Satan. You can't outwit Satan. The only person who can is God. So you better humble your soul and obey him like your life depends on it, because it does in this life and the next. Let me ask God what else. Yeah, that's about it. Don't get prideful in your heart. Don't you think you can outwit Satan. That's a trick of the devil right there trying to mess with you. Don't you think you can outwit Satan. That's a trick of the devil right there trying to mess with you. Don't you think you can outwit Satan. That's a trick of the devil right there trying to mess with you. Don't you think you can outwit Satan. That's a trick of the devil right there trying to mess with you. Don't get prideful. Don't think you know better. Don't think you can outwit him. You can't. The only way you can outwit Satan is to obey God, who outwits Satan for you. So humble yourself, submit to God, even if it doesn't make sense. Obey God like your life depends on it.